Before going to the next concept, that is elimination reactions, first of all we should know the location of alpha and beta carbon atoms in a molecules. That means this is one example they have given. Wherever the halogen is attached, that location you first find out. That carbon atom where the halogen is attached to the carbon, that carbon is to be taken as alpha. So next carbon atom to beta, gamma, like that we can take it. Adjacent, that is carbon on which halogen atom is directly attached is called the alpha carbon atom. And the carbon atom adjacent to this carbon atom, it is called the beta carbon atom. Because location is more important. The name is given on the location of the hydrogen atom or attachment. So that is more important. In this one, elimination reactions, now let us see one example. What type of elimination reactions will be taken place in haloalkanes and haloarenes? Let us see. When a haloalkane with beta hydrogen atom, that means the compound which is containing the beta hydrogen at the beta carbon atom, if it is heated with the alcoholic potassium hydroxide, KOH, there is an elimination of hydrogen atom from the beta carbon atom, and the halogen atom from the alpha carbon atom. So these two will be eliminated, and when these two are eliminated, a double bond will be formed, means alkenes or the product we will get it. So this type of elimination, since the hydrogen atom is eliminated from the beta carbon atom, so these elimination reactions are called the beta elimination reactions. That means hydrogen from the beta carbon and the halogen from the alpha carbon atom. So the product will be the alkene will be there. So this type of reactions we will call it as beta elimination reactions. So let us see one example, and the products which will be the major and which will be the minor will be formed. Let us discuss. When the reaction takes place, if the possibility of the two different alkanes if they are forming, then we have to decide which will be the major product, which will be the minor product. So that we have to see that one. So one Russian chemist Alexander Sergeyev or Zaitsev or Sergeyev, also we will call it as this rule. What he stated in dehydrohalogenation reactions. Dehydrogen and halogen reaction, that is D means removal. If they are taking place, the preferred product is that alkene, which will be the preferred product, which has the greater number of the alkyl groups, attached to the doubly bonded carbon atoms. If there are the double bonded carbon atoms in which are having the more number of alkyl groups, that will be the major product. Example also they have given. This is given 2-bromopentane. So if it is alcoholic potassium hydroxide treatment, it is also gives the pent-1-ene, and it also gives the pent-2-ene. Possibility is there because alpha hydrogen atom, here bromine is attached. So that means in the middle, suppose there is adjacent carbon atom. This is also we will take it as, this is the alpha carbon atom, this is the beta carbon atom. So this side also we can take it. This is alpha, if it is alpha, so this will be the beta. That means possibility is there to form elimination of the hydrogen atom from the beta carbon atom and the bromine halogen atom from the alpha carbon atom. So this is also possibility is there, and this also possibility is there. When these two possibilities are there, now observe this one. So these are the carbon atom double bonded. Here one methyl group is there. This side two methyl groups are there. But here if you observe it, so this side no alkyl groups. So this side only alkyl groups are there. But according to this one, which has the greater number of alkyl groups attached to the double bonded carbon atoms. Double bonded carbon atoms, if they are having more than, that is more carbon atoms, more alkyl groups, that will be the major product. So from this one, pent-2-ene is the major product, pent-1-ene is the minor product, because according to the Sergeyev rule. So this rule just remember, because Same, already in the 11th class, we learned one more rule. Okay, so that rule also is favorable. Just you go through once. This is the most important. So, three chemical reactions already we discussed. First one is the nucleophilic substitutional reactions. Second one is the elimination reactions, that is beta elimination reactions. And the third one is the reactions with the metals. When alkyl halide is treated with the magnesium metal in the presence of dry ether, it will give the alkoxy magnesium halide. Alkyl magnesium halide it will give. This alkyl magnesium halide we will call it as the Grignard reagent. These reagents are obtained by the reaction of haloalkanes with magnesium metal in the presence of dry ether only. That is the most important. In the presence of dry ether only, alkyl magnesium halide they will give. So this is called the Grignard reagent. So organometallic compounds will be formed when it is there. Okay, reaction with the metals, alkyl halides. So next, some examples let us see. Let us see the bonds in alkyl magnesium halide. Magnesium positive, already we know that. Alkyl halogens are negative, that is alkyl halides are also negative. Negative, positive, negative. The carbon magnesium bond is covalent nature, but polarity they will show. With carbon pulling the electrons from the electropositive, that means the binding electrons between the R and Mg will be nearer to the R. And the magnesium halogen bond is also essentially, this is the ionic bond. Magnesium chloride, magnesium halide, all these are the ionic bonds. Means in the Grignard reagent, they are possessing the covalent bonds between the R and Mg and the ionic bonds between the magnesium and the halogen. Both bonds we can see. These are the very highly reactive. With any source, if they are giving the proton, hydrocarbons, they are very highly sourced. Example, water, alcohols, amines are sufficiently acidic to convert them to the hydrocarbons. When it is reacting with the protonic components, so immediately they will convert into the alkanes, corresponding hydrocarbons, that is alkanes. It is therefore necessary to avoid even traces of moisture. Suppose if moisture is there, then again reaction will be different. So to remove this one, we are using the dry ether. Whatever the moisture is present here, it will be absorbed, dry ether. That is, the reaction is carried out in the dry ether. They will ask why they will use Grignard reagent reaction will be taken place in the dry ether only. Whatever the moisture is there formed, it will be absorbed by the dry ether. On the other hand, this could be considered as one of the methods for converting the halides into hydrocarbons. Halides into hydrocarbons. In this method we can use it. And the last one, today's lesson, Wood's reaction. Already we know that alkyl halides in the presence of dry ether, they will react with the sodium metal and they will give the products which are having the double number of the carbon atoms. Double number of the carbon atoms that are present in the alkyl halide. This reaction is called the Wood's reaction. Already we discussed this reaction in 11th class also. So Wood's reaction is more important. So just go through this chapter and note down the important points. So next in the next video we will meet again.